Hi, it's Joe again, and thanks for watching. This one I'm going to call Chapter 4 Phantom of the Care Home. So, let's start. So, on my journey through care with Hamilton Man, just here, a lot of changes were happening. So, the first one, the all of a sudden we got told to come in and get new timesheets. Hamilton Man, as you can see here, is dissolved. Just in case you were wondering what all these companies are on the screen in front of me, these are technically the same company. So it's all originally, I don't even think it was originally Hamilton Man, but that was who I started with. All these companies basically got the same owner, or had the same owner. So got told to come in, change me timesheet from Hamilton Man, which I had a big stack of because I hated going into the office. The only time I went in was normally when I'd done something wrong. And then it changed to a company called Lavaro Care. As you can see, it's sort of dissolved, but it hasn't. Lavaro Holdings and Lavaro Care Liverpool Limited. That's still going. Anyway, so yeah, went and done that. I thought it was a bit dodgy at first. Got a bit panicked over the situation. I was thinking, I'm doing some mega hours here. Sometimes I was doing 80 to 90 hours a week with sleep-ins, probably over 100 sometimes. But anyway, to the point. So we're going to go one of the places I can remember very, very well. So I was working in a care home around here. It was another one full of autistic adults. Very strange situation this was, it really was. So it was New Year's Eve. Yeah, it was New Year's Eve when I was working here. So got told I was doing a waking night. So got my Xbox together, all my bits and bobs, put them all together in my bag of tricks, what I normally took. I headed through the tunnel. I think I went through the Queensway tunnel to get here. It was a big, massive 3-4 story house, can't remember. There was another lady on with me, and she was sitting there, and I knocked on the door. Oh my word, I've never seen someone move so fast. As soon as I got there, she basically ran out the door. It was the shortest handover I've ever had in my life. There was no handover. She just pointed the files and she said, "There's the client's files, have a read, I'm gone." So she didn't tell me what had happened, because it was getting on when I got there. It must have been 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. No one was awake, everyone was in bed. But there was no handover whatsoever. I didn't know who was dealing with, if it was men, women. I think I just didn't know I had to read all this. I didn't know if I had to give them any medication. I didn't know the script if they woke up in the middle of the night. And I was like, shit, what am I supposed to do here? So I had a quick read of the files, didn't read them all, because you've got to bear in mind, some of them are like that. So I had a quick read, went into the kitchen, made myself a cup of coffee, went for what I always look for, TV. Found the TV, set my Xbox up, went for a walk around, the common areas, the kitchen, the office, had a good walk around. I just didn't like this place. I didn't like the feel of it. Bear in mind, I hadn't even met any of the residents yet, but I didn't like the feel of it. There was just something about it that made me very, very uneasy. It was probably more than likely the fact that I didn't get a proper handover, and I'd never worked here before, so I didn't know who I was with. So I'm playing on my Xbox, doing what I do, messing around, not a big deal. And then I go to make myself a cup of coffee, So I'm walking to the kitchen, come out with my cup of coffee, and all of a sudden there's this fella standing there, not saying a word, just standing there. By the look of him, what he was wearing, he looked like he was in his pyjamas. He did look like a resident, but he was just standing there. So I introduced myself. Hi, I'm Joe. I'm working here for the night. If you've got any problems, ask me. Anything I can do for you now? Do you want a drink? Nothing. Just a stone look. He didn't say anything to me. I said, come on, let's get you back up to bed. Nothing. Just looking at me, and I'm like, freaking hell, what am I going to do here? I didn't know what to do at all. I said, do you want to sit down on the sofa? Nothing. He's just standing there, looking at me. I'm thinking, I was very uneasy with this. I didn't know if he was I don't know who he is from Jack. These files, they tell me the names, but they don't tell me who they are. They don't give me pictures of the residents. I don't know who they are. This fella could have been violent as hell. He could have just turned around and went for me, and I didn't know what was going to happen. So, tried to keep a distance. Got bored in the end. I got bored of trying to converse with him. So I went and sat down, and he's just standing there. And I just grabbed under his arm like that. I said, come on, mate. Trying to get him to move from the spot where he was. Because it was a bit... I didn't feel safe at this point. I was thinking, what the fuck am I going to do? This fella could go for me at any minute. Now, bear in mind, when you're in a situation like this is what worries me. So if I had to restrain him, if he did go for me, I've got no other members of staff there to back me up. That's my biggest concern. If I need help restraining, I've got no one there. I've got no one there to take notes. Something a bit serious happens. This was my big issue with it. So when I'd like I said, it wasn't like a grab. It was just a, come on, mate, just trying to take him the direction I wanted him to go. And he just went, like that, really loud, much louder than I've just done it. I'll be honest, it was one of them arse twitchy moments, and I'm thinking, shoot, what's he going to do here? So I went, it's okay, mate, don't worry about it. Do you want a drink? And he just stopped. Didn't come with me for a drink. Anyway, I was like, what am I going to do here? Anyway, all of a sudden, it just went away. As stupid as this sounds, I took my eye off him when I went into the kitchen, and he disappeared. He'd gone wherever he came from. Bear in mind, I didn't see him stand in this spot. He just appeared there in the first place, and he just disappeared just as fast. So it was like, definitely don't want to go there again. So the morning came, a manager actually came on duty. This was on New Year's Day. I'll be honest, I got a bit ratty with her. I explained the situation. I said, I come in this centre yesterday, no proper handover, no explanation on who people were, anything that I had to be careful of, any triggers, so on and so forth. And you could just see she weren't bothered one bit. She's like, okay, you're finished. Gives you time sheet, like we sign it. Done. So that was this care home in the Wirral. I, as you can probably tell with the way I'm talking about it, I never went there again. Never ever stepped foot in that care home whatsoever. I did actually phone the office and I said to them, do me a favour, please do not send me to that care home again. Once again, it's got nothing to do with working with people with disabilities. I've got disabilities myself, that doesn't bother me. It was just the sheer unprofessionalism of the staff. I was a bit of a know-it-all by then, to be honest with you. I'd been working with Hamilton Man for, I'd say, about 2 years, but yeah, I'd say getting on to 2 years of being with Hamilton Manor or RO Care, whatever they want to call themselves now. So I was a bit of a know-it-all by then because I enjoyed my job. I really, really did enjoy my job, um, and I paid a lot of attention to it. But that was my experience of working in that particular care home. Um, yeah, that's about it. Once again, thank you for watching. If you like what I do, give us a thumbs up. If you're not already, please subscribe. If you want to support me, you can on the thank you button down below. Take care and have a great night.